Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Friday edition of the Clean Shaved weekly steel chair, where we are going through the AEW All In preview. As my impeccable timing, we'll be traveling there obviously for tomorrow. So, hello, everybody. I hope you're all well. Welcome to my co-host. We're going to get through all this, but an hour and a quarter. See what she can provide us. If she can only provide an hour, that's fine.
I've got an hour for you. I've got roughly an
Lovely.
hour for you. So
That's fine.
let's see what we can do. We'll
But
have to go a bit
pleasantries.
quick through some of the matches, but that's
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's fine. Pleasantries. How's your week going? How's been back at work?
it's been all right. You've not got the camera today. You don't want to see. I've just come back from the laser clinic, so it's all red and burnt looking, which is fun.
Oh,
But other than that, we're doing okay. As got work at 5:30, so I'll be off the show and straight into teaching. But there are worse things to be doing. So
good
yeah,
to see
I
you,
mean,
Bill.
we're ready to get into the show.
Absolutely. Good to see you, Billy. I absolutely do not. Should do a preview show for any organisation. Like, that's literally what we're here to do. If we didn't, then it'd be quite odd. But I brought Lesnar's shirt. I've not bought it yet.
Don't
But
even bother.
we just do things differently. We do things our own way. Right then. So, 9 to get through, because to be fair, a pre-show card, not really bothered. I'm not. I'm going to be probably on my phone during the pre-show because I don't care for
showing
preview.
a bit of restraint from Tony Khan there. I mean, he's only doing
Yeah.
9 matches.
On a main
Not-
card,
it's not
yep.
the 13 that we're used to. Or, I think it was
Yes.
13 last year.
It's 13 last year. It's 10 this year. 1 on the pre-show, which is a tag match, which is fine, and it's purely just whoever wins gets to choose the stipulation at All Out between Statlander and Willow Nightingale. That's it. So it's purely going to be a Statlander win. That's just all it's going to be. So
That's
advance
what they
today.
may have you think. But anyway, that's
I think it will be.
pre-show. As you rightly said, we don't do it for any promotion.
They're not worth the while.
Why
Like,
start now?
they used to be
No,
good.
I mean,
Pre-shows used to be good when they were actually a mixture of previewing and a match or two to at least get the fans ready. Now it's not even like that. Now it's just endless amount of talking and no thanks.
no, I mean,
Like-
especially like some of the lengths of pre-shows now, like 3 hours. I don't need a 3 hour.
I don't
pre-show for
understand that.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I just don't need 3 hours of like no wrestling either. And I understand that like the pre-show took the place of what used to be the thing that would say like order now sort of thing, and it would just look.
You used
the
to have
same
Sunday
as
Night
that.
Heat and all that as well for that sort of thing, but it's just mad.
Yeah. Well,
No,
anyway, say that.
Absolutely not. The main event will 100% be Swerve versus Bryan Danielson. They will not. No way Ospreay's getting the main event. It'll be the world title match, 100%.
Do you
they
think
would be
that's the right
stupid.
call, though?
Yeah, I 100% think so. I think you can have Ospreay versus MJF anywhere else on the card. I would even have them open the show, but I wouldn't have that match over the world title when it's just a simple title match. Whereas the world title match at least has something a little bit extra to it. I don't think it's the wisest call. Even though Ospreay's from the UK, I wouldn't give him the main event, no.
Fair enough. Well, anyway, so are we
Wait.
then saying that that's our card opener?
I would like to think so. I think it would be a nice fitting to start with that. I think you could at least get
MJF's
the
done
crowd
it
on.
before, but he did it for New Japan for the Forbidden Door. He had a very Brock Lesnar attitude. If we're not on last, we'll be on first.
Which is in London next year as well. That's been confirmed today. Forbidden Door 2025. But All In won't be back in the UK until 2026.
So they're going Forbidden Door in London. That's interesting.
Yeah, so I think that'll be around June time next year. I would say May, June time next year, and then in London, and then Forbidden Door again confirmed. Not Forbidden Door, sorry, All In for 2026.
Yeah.
Interesting
Well,
though.
we'll see. Anyway, we've got to get through 2024's All In matches first. So, looking at the order here, I don't know. Did you just want to work down it as it says? I mean,
I would
think that's card order.
I don't know what the card order is going to be, but I would say in suggestion that we just go top down. I think it's a whole lot easier.
Yeah, no, I can do that.
Righty-o then. So, Women's World Title match then. The first of 2 women's title matches that's on the main card. You've got 3 to a degree women's match involvements if you include the mixed tag. Stokely Hathaway pretty much wrestles like a woman anyway, so you can certainly have that. So I would say it's a handicap match on Ishii, but he won't really care. But yeah, so we've got 2 women's matches on the main card. Not gonna lie, I still think that's not enough. Before we even get into it, I don't think that's enough. There should be at least 3.
It's not enough unless you don't have the women to do 3. And I mean, let's face it,
I'm surprised
the
it's not.
general reception that some of the women get on AEW tells you all you need to know about could they do a match at the stadium. I mean, unless they did it on the pre-show, which I think is, exactly why the mixed tag is where it is.
Certainly a worthwhile prediction, Billy. What's up, Catherine? Funny, Keen. Funny. Good seeing you, mate. Good seeing you. Where's that fucking notepad? It's like Nakamura's WWE career. It's gone hiding.
Yeah, he's disappeared again, hasn't he?
Four months now. 4 months now he's not been on TV. I wanted to ask you about that before we get into it, because obviously Ricochet signed for AEW, and I'm going to be honest, I don't give a fuck. Ricochet bores me to tits.
Well, you're about to see him, probably.
Yeah, he doesn't interest me at all. His wife does, but he doesn't. But what do you think of Nakamura gone missing again? I'm honestly getting sick and tired of this. Because I love Nakamura, and I do. I'm getting sick of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we're seeing with him exactly what we would have, and to an extent what we have been seeing with Okada.
Yes,
the guys that come from Japan, there's a reason that they get the reputation that they do, and that's also unfortunately coming with the fact that they are broken, and that's why Nakamura, who had a pretty good run at the start of the year, and some high-profile feuds at the end of last year, that's why he's kind of gone missing.
Yeah,
because
potentially,
I just don't think his body is up to the demands, and I think once again it would have to be said, all these Japanese work rate matches, they don't tickle, would be the kindest way of putting it. And
unless it really fits to you, I do see where you're coming from. You do make a valid point on that. Not everybody is into the they want the match call, or do you want the storytelling? You can have a mixture of both. It's just what suits you more, which I think is completely fine. But even to a degree, he's had nothing. This is a guy who literally 6 years ago won the 6 years ago won the Royal Rumble. He was the hottest thing in WWE in 2018, alongside AJ Styles, and you wouldn't even give the guy the title. And then you give him the opportunity, and then you have him lose to the worst WWE champion in history, Jinder Mahal, at SummerSlam.
Anyway, we are already getting very sidetracked. So the opener.
I'm putting that in context.
I'm
putting that in context because when you look at certain people that you like, he is one that does go missing. You look on this card in particular, there's one or two you would perceive could go missing. and that's
But
dependent on if they
are
win or
any of
lose.
them the women? Is anyone demanding to see a woman who's not on this card
It,
for AEW?
I
I
think a
don't
lot of
think they
people are.
are.
I think a lot of people are more disappointed that Statlander's not on the main card because she is well liked.
You're only worth as much as the program you're in. And unfortunately, her dance partners are. It's not even that they're not good. It's just that they offer no real intrigue compared to what maybe another matchup on the card would for Statlander. She's obviously better than what she's being put with, but we'll come on to the reason why certain people aren't getting used in the spots that they are, and for all you want to say that you've got Becky Hogan, you might have a case of someone booking themselves.
I agree with you.
Over in AEW's women's division as well. I think Mercedes Moné, if you look at the actual reception that she's had, she does not actually merit a place on this card. It's only her paycheck that does.
I agree. I don't think she is flopping, but I don't think she should be in such an automatic position, is my only rebuttal. She's not flopping because she is getting the crowd attention that she wants, and she is getting that at least.
Is she?
She is in a negative sense, like she's getting like the heat from it. But do I think she is the right person to build that division around? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, no, because the right person to build the division around has been the person that they are building the main women's division around. Because I mean, Toni Storm is better than
she's
at least 90% of what's around her, and she's going to defend her belt against Mariah May. Now, the curious thing about this is that Mariah May, for people who didn't know, and once again, this is one of these
rumors.
pet peeves I have with AEW. It's for the people that don't know this is a problem, because I genuinely didn't know that Mariah May was actually a wrestler, and all of a sudden they introduce her as this, and they go, "Oh no, she had this career in Stardom and stuff." I was like,
"Yeah,
no, she just looked like a lackey." And now we're finally getting to the point where these two fight. It feels at least 3 months too late.
They were looking to build this as far as they could go. That's the thing. They were stretching it to under the radar.
Yeah,
even though she said it
by having a match with what was it, Mina Shirakawa? Did that really need to happen, or could we have told this story before?
I think there's a good way to have that, because then you can add the extra little bit of suspense of who's she going to side with. Or is she just going to stand on her own? In the end, she chose to stand on her own. I like that. If anything, when I look at it, I like that in any promotion where they'll try and tease it as far as they can. The ultimate thing, and this is the only thing I have when it comes to booking something so long, is in any organization, the one thing that's key is that payoff. And it's the payoff of when you hit that final trigger. And
well, I guess we're going to find out what all the payoff is.
Yeah.
See, I'm intrigued because I don't think Mariah May would draw as AEW World Champion. I think that would fall flat. And then at the same time, this is sort of the big thing they've been building Toni for the whole of this year.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting and sort of unique problem to have, where you've got the right champion, but there's actually nobody there to essentially challenge. And I think this is where the idea of having the two women's divisions is just a bad one for AEW. They just don't have it in them. They'd be better having just one really strong one. And I know it's harsh to say, but trim the fat. There is a lot of fat in there. I mean, some of the fat you paid $10 million a year for, according to some reports. But we'll get on to her. But I think that's
fair. I think theoretically, when you look at their women's division, and they've given them more time on TV, which is essential, I don't think they need a division of, say, 20. Now, I'm not going to say you go too far, but I think maybe 18. Trim it down just a little bit, or even go down to 16. Like, bring it down. It doesn't have to be too much, but I think necessarily you should look at who is worthwhile sticking around and who isn't. Now, obviously, the one you can't bin straight away is Camille, because she just come in. You don't want to bin Toni Storm, because she is likeable. Mariah May is obviously, they are building her as a heel. I'm not a big fan of Britt Baker, but she's been around. She has been around since the inception. Unless she chose to leave on her own, I don't see a reason for binning her. Thunder Rose has been there a long time. Could she do with a freshen up? Perhaps. I'm not sure, but I think it would be an interesting thing just to have a look around. And I think the missing trick for them, even though she is injured at the moment, I would drop a few of them down and I would promote Athena to the main roster. I don't know why she's not on that main roster when she would arguably the best thing they've got besides Toni.
She was a rough addition when she first joined. I mean, she was very sloppy. Anyway, I mean, we're going all around every
But that's
sort
the
of
key.
house here.
But that is the key to
I
your
need
point,
to-
though. It's who would you remove and who wouldn't you? But
Yeah, so I
that's
need
the
to know,
element.
would you put the belt on Mariah May? Because I'm saying this to Toni Storm retain, because I think
Yeah.
the long-term harm of putting your top women's title on Mariah May is actually really quite destructive. And it's not that she is necessarily bad, it's that there's nothing to her.
I think that's fair. As a comment, I like Mariah May, but I do see where you're coming from. Me personally, she isn't the one that I would put the title on. No. I think they are going to, but she's not the one that I would make AEW Women's World Champion. No. She's not for me the
So
right
you
choice.
think they will actually do the change here?
I would think it's the wisest call only if a certain person will also be there as a shock return. And that for me is Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously it's gotten what happened to her. I mean,
Yeah.
imagine they could do that match here, or you know, they
'Cause
didn't.
she's
have
incredible.
To do, they didn't have to do Mercedes and Britt because Jamie Hayter was back, and you could have paid that story off. So obviously they've been unlucky in that light, but yeah, just they're going to the wrong people. I think Mariah May would be another example of the wrong people.
Grado is back doing TV filming. He's back doing like filming for TV shows, but I can't remember which one. I just know because he mentioned that when I met him at a show last year. That's what he's doing. He won't be at anything. So you've gone Toni Storm to retain on this one. Fair enough. I'm going to grab that pen. 2 seconds. I found it. Not a bad decision, to be fair. Not a bad choice in that one. What are you thinking of the next one?
Ah, God. Well, it's not going to be here on the card, but I mean, I'm almost with you in the fact that it should be early because these two are going to do every single move that they both know, and one of them will win at the end. It could be good. I don't get why they gave away match one.
Yeah.
They've used up a lot of the stuff that you'd be like, oh, actually, that was quite impressive. Because on the TV match, there were things where I was like, oh, that was actually quite impressive. That was different. You know, that was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay, they need to sell more, they need to do less, but I say that about everyone, and you're getting tired of hearing it.
No, I think you're well and truly fair to make that comment. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, I think that's a fair thing to say. You don't want everything to be shown too quick, unless you are going the distance. Then you will have to obviously make it so.
That's true.
I don't think this
So
match will be bad though.
no,
not in a
I
way.
don't think it'll be bad at all. I'm just concerned and a little confused about what way you go. The title changing suggests that nothing is actually going to happen. Like the fact that there's now the American title, what that suggests to me is that nothing is going to change.
There is the added factor as well that at All Out the winner will face Pac, because that's been confirmed. Because obviously Pac did he won the contendership match, so he does have the winner of this at All Out. So there is that to consider as well.
Does Pac? I mean, let's be honest. Pac shows up to lose title matches, so we can almost say that that's a non-factor. I mean, has Pac fought MJF before?
I'm pretty sure he has. Yeah, a couple of years ago, I think he did. Yeah.
So maybe they go Pac and Ospreay, but then again, I mean, it would make sense to give Ospreay a big win, but then that means MJF turned heel, won a mid-card belt for 4 weeks and dropped it. It's probably been longer than 4 weeks, but you know what I mean? The impact of that is not great. And
Yes.
then how do you get MJF out of losing this belt to put him in the world title picture, which is probably where they want him to be? If he loses this belt right away, he's not really got a claim for it unless he just attacks the winner of the main event. I mean, or his claim to it is because he beat Danielson already, if Danielson were to win the main event.
Good point.
So, maybe he just gets in on the back of that.
And that's a fair comment as well by Billy as well. It is actually good because when you look at it, if you're trying to get Max more established as a heel, when you look at what he's done already, he's done a top rope pile driver on Danny Garcia. That's fine. That should shock the dance moves out of him. And he's beaten the piss out of Ospreay for the past couple of weeks as well with the Dynamite ring. Plus, he took out Kyle Fletcher, who I still think will have a part to play in this match as well. I still think Kyle Fletcher will turn on Ospreay.
What did you make of the old WCW thing of locking Ospreay in the room and trapping him in the room?
I didn't expect that. I was about to say I didn't see it, but I did. I didn't expect that to happen. But I liked at least they tried something, even though it has been done before in wrestling history. Tells everything.
They tried to protect Ospreay with that.
Yeah, I think the one thing we do know about wrestling...
He didn't come down to help Kyle Fletcher because he was locked in the room, which is okay, fine.
Which is fine. And we know that for a fact that wrestling, if there's one thing that wrestling has taught us for the past 80, 90 years, everything in pro wrestling is recyclable. It's just how can you do it? And I think it was right to lock him. Because at least we can see what Max is going to do to Fletcher in that way before eventually Ospreay catches up to him, and he didn't. And I like that. I also like the fact they've been teasing each other as well with the promos. It's a little Ospreay's getting a little bit better. He's not MJF level of a promo. I still think MJF is still probably the best promo they've got after Swerve. But
do you think he ever could be on the MJF level of promo? MJF's for that audience superb on the mic. I don't like him, and for shoot, I don't like him. It's not that he's
I know.
I
Yeah,
just find his promos really annoying.
I don't know if he ever will be on that level, but I still think he'll be able to deliver a promo that's best for him, that at least his audience will understand.
Yeah,
I think that'll be coming good. It's can he? I think the biggest challenge for Ospreay over the next, end of this year and the next couple of years as well. I think the biggest challenge for Ospreay is whoever he comes up across on the mic, can he go back and forth with them? Now, I know he is a bit of a clown, and he is on the match card on this show, but I think a good person for him to maybe interact with for promos, especially good coming back at someone, he should link in a lot more with Chris Jericho, in my opinion. I think Jericho is one of the best at that, at coming back at it. He's not the best in the ring anymore. He shouldn't necessarily be in the ring anymore. But if Ospreay wants to be on both sets of the fan base in terms of pro wrestling, you want to attract the casual, but you want to attract the hardcore as well. You want to appeal to both sides. I don't see any way that he couldn't if he didn't link him more with Jericho, especially from a promo sense. That's just my opinion, of course, but it's up to you what you think on that.
Yeah, I think there's a ceiling for him promo wise. In this match, I think Will Ospreay is going to win. He'll get his mid card belt back, which is interesting. And then I think MJF will just find a way to go on to something else. I think the whole point is get the big win in the UK for Ospreay. So that's who I'm going with, and they'll work out the rest later.
That's fair. As much as I would like him to win, and obviously I'm on that side to win, I'm actually going to go for a title retention here.
All right.
I think MJF will retain, and he's going to make a complete mockery out of this title even more with the fact that he's now going as a full American get-up, and I do find that kind of funny, to be honest. The fact he's leaning into that a little bit more suggests that they want to keep this going for a little bit longer. I would give him that. And then I think you could stretch this as far as Full Gear. It's just who would you have him lose it to? That's the.
I mean, a lot of people would tell you Danny Garcia.
I would also hope those people would save their souls. But it won't happen. It's potential. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you look at the way that that's gone, the big comeuppance for MJF isn't losing to Ospreay. It'll be when he loses to Daniel Garcia. I just wonder if they're actually going to do that for the world title.
I swear to God, if I see Danny Garcia as world champion, I'm going to jump out of a window.
Well, he's been over with that audience enough times that it's. To me, it wouldn't even be a shock if he did.
I think he's a good wrestler as a
world
champ. I think he's a good world champion for a wrestling perspective, just pure wrestling. But in terms of like an overall package, not for me. I think he'd be. I think he's suited for a different.
Rubbish based on what you could have, but
He reminds me of somebody in a different organization who people say should be a world champion that I think they need to be dealt with on a serious level. Like, they need to be dealt with. Like, eliminated.
I don't know. Are you talking about Jey Uso here?
Yes.
Alright, okay.
Massively. And his gimp brother. He probably will be, Catherine.
Yeah. I mean, that just shouldn't happen. I think they know that it shouldn't happen. But, yeah, anyway, I think we should jump on... Okay, who's in it? I know that some people have qualified. I take it we just don't know who it is, and that's the casino of it.
You've skipped two.
Have I?
Yeah, you skipped two above it. I just scrolled down a little bit.
So what happened there? Yeah, I looked at it, and then you scrolled down, and I was like, "Hang on a minute, that's not."
I just scrolled it down a bit since we're done with those ones.
To be fair, this next one isn't. Well, actually, no. The next one there is something to talk about because this is where I can see a pretty bog standard retention. Because again, I think if you take the belt off Jack Perry now, am I at the right one, or have you scrolled down again?
No, you're right. Yeah, Jack Perry versus Darby Allin, the coffin match. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I get for looking away for a moment. But yeah, I think the fact that all this Jungle Boy stuff led to was a TNT title reign is quite funny. But he definitely shouldn't lose it yet because that would be even worse. It's one thing to have like an anticlimactic heel run. It is another thing to then lose the thing immediately. And whereas MJF can easily stake a claim for the world title if he loses to Ospreay, Jungle Boy don't get shit.
I agree. The Elite would dump him, I think, if he had lost his title. I think he's got a lot more at stake. I don't think
Oh,
so, Billy.
absolutely.
I don't think so, Billy. To be honest. Yes, he lost to. Yeah, he lost to Hook last year.
He did indeed. That was an interesting moment as well.
I do see this happen at some point. I think Darby Allin as their world champion would be fun. I've got nothing against Darby Allin. Some of his death-defying spots, obviously, I think could be a little bit reduced. Some of it I'd like to see a little still, but I still like Darby Allin. I think he's probably the most humble guy they've got in that organization. Probably the
Yeah,
most
that
gen.
is just him though. Like we
Yeah,
said it before, all that death-defying stuff that he does, that is just him. That's not like
but what we
Tony
have
isn't
seen
telling
though,
him to do that. He's
true,
just a
but we
bit
have seen
mental.
him wrestle. But we do know that he can at least wrestle. But there's so much
Oh
death-defying
yeah,
stuff in
yeah.
there that makes me fear for his life a lot, and I'm using that like quite poignantly. Unlike my own life, I don't care. But I like seeing him wrestle. He's done 2 specific singles matches against MJF where they actually wrestled really good stuff, and I'm like, can we just get more of this from you? Still include the death-defying shit in a different way, but just keep wrestling. I really like it, and he is good. So I hope he is a world champion the next couple of years because there's a chance there for him. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we've got the same prediction because I've also gone for Jack Perry, but I think he'll, even though it's a coffin match, I still think there'll be some sort of sleight of hand action here. I feel like
Odds
something
on a glass spot. What you thinking?
I would not be surprised if there is one, but I hope there isn't because genuinely
because it's fucking stupid and cost this company millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, but also there is no need. Like, not for the sense of there's no need to do a glass spot because it's a coffin match itself. They can do so much worse. But if you do the glass spot, it just shows that you haven't learned anything. And I'd rather
Exactly.
I want them to learn from the fact that just who gives a fuck? One man's not there anymore. He's away doing something else and he's happy. Be happy doing your own thing. Forget the man. Move on. There is no need. If you do the glass spot, it proves that you have not moved on.
Yeah, but so I think Jack Perry's retention's quite clear to see. I don't see what on earth he does. As you say, the Bucks will just kick him out if he loses, which
And they'll
I
find
suppose
someone
would
else.
double up on him being a scapegoat. But that's not.
That's a
He
good
can't
point.
have done all that he's done, being the scapegoat, and then the Bucks kick him out, and the fans are supposed to feel sorry for him because he's the scapegoat. That's not what that means. That's not how that works.
Exactly.
It better not be what they do.
I agree. I haven't seen this, Billy. I don't think Sting's going to be there. I think he'll be just chilled watching it on TV. I think he'll just be supporting from TV. I don't think he'll be there. If he is, then that'd be cool.
If Sting's there, Darby Allin's winning.
Absolutely. So the glass spot is what led to CM Punk quitting AEW. So what happened was it was on the Collision show, the weekend of All In. Jack Perry, being Jack Perry, wanted a break. He wanted to go home because he was nursing some injuries, apparently, which understandable. If you're not fit or able to compete, frankly, why should you be there? Let someone else have the time and the ability to make a name for themselves. And I think that's what he was looking for. He was in a match with CM Punk. He asked him legitimately to use real glass.
No, his match wasn't with Punk.
It was eventually, yeah, it was, yeah.
Not the one at
that.
Wembley.
Not the one at Wembley. I'm talking about the one that was on Collision. That's why.
Oh right,
Collision.
the first time. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
he asked Punk on Collision, can he use real glass and let Punk put him through the glass so he can get written off TV? Punk said no. So on the All In preview show, CM Punk was confirmed he was opening the card for All In versus Samoa Joe. So Jack Perry decided that during his match,
in a pre-show match, remember. So if you want to
Yep.
know, how much this guy mattered at the time, he was pre-show.
Yep. But it was a pre-show match. He decided that he was going through a glass window on a car. He then got off that, and his own words captured on camera to CM Punk, "Cry me a river." CM Punk, because let's be real, CM Punk is like every standard human being. He has feelings. He's also a bitch. And so is Jack Perry. Jack Perry is also a bitch. He went backstage, Punk got a hold of him, Tony Khan cried, and he suspended them both, got rid of them both. Jack Perry went to New Japan for a while, reformed himself as the scapegoat, whereas CM Punk went back to
this is where he
WWE.
became the scapegoat when he went off to Japan.
Yep. That's the glass spot.
Obviously, he came back, and let's be really, really honest about Jack Perry's standing in the wrestling world. See, because if after that, and he was some fucking major star, someone would have signed him.
Yeah.
Because CM Punk proved that entirely when he could just turn around and go back to his old stomping grounds, basically.
Yeah.
Jack Perry didn't have that. So this is a guy who's disrespecting everybody before he even does anything. So that's why the glass spot is significant. And that's why I say it's the glass spot that cost them millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. Because had they just not done that, CM Punk would have been because Brawl In, as it were, wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't have
literally
grabbed Jack Perry.
I think if he had just done, see if he had just done it on top of the car, like the DDT was, I can't remember. I need to rewatch it. I think it was a DDT. If he does that again, but he'd done it on the top of a car, and then he got down, and say he smashed the glass with like a baseball bat or something, just to get Punk's attention, but then he still said, "Cry me a river," I don't think they would have lost Punk in that way. Because I think he's like, well, this what could have happened. It didn't happen anyway. We move on. And then Punk versus not Darby Allin, sorry, Punk versus Perry would have happened. Then it still would have led to Perry versus Allin anyway, because it seems fitting. But you could have had Jack Perry versus CM Punk at, say, Full Gear. They could have lasted that all the way through. But yeah, they lost out. Shit happens.
Yeah, well, anyway, I'm mindful of time, so if you want me to get through more than 4 matches on the card,
exactly, so we can move on.
Speed on through. And thankfully, I don't have much to say here, other than what a fucking waste of money she's been. Mercedes Moné, Moan, however she wants us to say it. Yeah, you say that she's getting over. You say that she's getting reactions as a heel. I mean, maybe the clips that I'm seeing are on purposely hiding that. I don't see why that would be the case. But, maybe it is. I am hearing shit from the crowds when it's Mercedes Moné. And that's quite funny because, Sasha Banks was very over. It's almost like Sasha Banks' fan base were WWE fans, and they haven't actually followed her to AEW.
I don't think they want to either.
Oh, I mean, based on what she's been doing, they absolutely don't want to.
I think they don't want to anyway, because I don't think they were necessarily fans of her. I think they were just fans of the company. She was just there. She's left.
Perhaps, I don't know. She's in like the same level of Liv Morgan in terms of having weird fans.
She shouldn't have any fans at all. Like, she should be working at Aldi or something, or whatever they've got over there. She is still fucking terrible.
I get it. You're not a fan of Liv Morgan. We've
never will be.
Song and dance before.
She's a cow.
What I'm saying is, she has a rabid fan base, but that fan base clearly hasn't translated to AEW because she's nothing. And they brought Britt Baker back, this isn't the match that was being built. They've sort of panicked. I think this is a panic.
I don't
see
think
how
it is,
can
because
be a panic.
I don't think it is a panic, because I said it to you months ago that I expect it to be Monet versus Britt Baker for the reason that Mercedes Moné is an outsider. And I also said that Camille was going to be involved before Camille even got shown on TV. And I think Camille's the one that took out Mercedes Moné anyway. Ironically, she's just with her at the moment. I think you'll see that revealed. I think it just works that you've got the original there, first signed, versus somebody who is not from there, who's just came in and waltzed her way in. Problem is, I wouldn't have put it on All In. I think this is still fine for a pay-per-view, but we didn't need that All In yet.
No, but that's what I'm saying is a panic about it. Like, they've rushed the build so that they could get the big names on the card against each other. And I mean, okay, big names perhaps, but at the same time, like, if there's no heat to the actual match, it's just big names.
I would have put this on at Wrestle Dream, which is obviously further down the line, or even at Full Gear. I think either or, like, you could have stretched it till the end of the year. Didn't have to go in straight away. I think it'll be a decent match though. I'm interested to see how their chemistry lines up though. Like, that's the only thing for me, is that it's in-ring chemistry. Will it fit? I'm not sure.
I guess we will find out. Anyway, who are you going for?
I'm going for Amon to win. I'll be surprised if Britt Baker wins this. I'll be surprised. I don't think she will. I'm going for Mercedes to retain here. So I've got 4 title retains already. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I think this will be a retain as well. I don't see how it couldn't be. Again, I think it would just be the admission of absolute failure if Monet loses her belt now, because you're basically saying, yeah, no, we don't trust you. I mean, even with the secondary women's title, we don't trust you. And we've spent
She is a special
spent on you.
She is a specialist at that, Catherine. She is a specialist. Jamie Hayter shows up and turns on Britt because they had a falling out in real life. It's either the main event or this. You cannot go another All In without at least seeing Jamie Hayter. We didn't see her last year because of her injury. We didn't see Pac either because he was injured. At least we're getting... I'm hoping he'll be involved in the Casino Gauntlet. But for God forbid, we have to see Jamie Hayter this year. Otherwise, what the fuck? She's been out for well over a year. Well over a year.
She might genuinely not be ready, though.
I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. She could genuinely
I honestly don't know.
be injured.
I hope she's not. I hope she's
And that's
not.
why, like, for all the criticism I throw at Tony, I can't say, oh, and he's keeping Jamie Hayter off television, because I don't think that's the case. I genuinely think she's just still hurt.
Because we saw that for a while. He kept Britt Baker for a long time because she had an injury, but then she also had that stroke thing that she had. So if she had got back in soon after that, she would have been fucked. So I'm glad he purposely waited. But I'm hoping we'll get some sort of confirmation soon about Jamie Hayter.
Do you think that it's maybe also a sign, because obviously, I mean, didn't Britt Baker just get some heat for whatever happened backstage between her and... Was it her and the MJF's girl?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, you know, there could also be, like, the element... I don't think Tony Khan's booking allows him to have this sort of culture of hazing, but this could genuinely be a squash.
It could well be, yeah. I don't think you're wrong to stipulate that. I think you could be right. Because they always seem to do that. We've seen that before in organizations where someone's lined up to get the big win. They've been a prick backstage, and then they get absolutely squashed. Yeah, Baron Corbin. Yeah, he's one of them. Like, you just see it happens. Like, they think they're built up to get something special. They're pushing the right direction, then click the fingers and it's all changed. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Great,
I'm definitely going for the retain here.
Same. So now then,
Right.
now it's the
one that,
gauntlet.
yeah. So okay, so now I'll ask the question from earlier. Does anyone know who's in this?
All like
Or is it just
Hangman,
anyone
Evil
can
Uno,
show up?
pretty much anybody. But like say, oh wait, there we go. There's your confirmed numbers
Oh,
so
right,
far.
cool.
To be fair,
Okay.
Evil Uno's an interesting one because he did get smashed by Hangman on Dynamite with a steel chair. To be fair,
why is Orange Cassidy entry number 1? Like,
he
not
won
why.
the-
I know that you won a match, but
he won the match.
why does
for it,
that
yeah.
benefit you in this match? Can you just win it at any time?
No, it just means that he has to start the thing from number 1.
Okay, so why would he win a match to get that right?
No idea. I
That
would hate
doesn't
to be
make a
the
whole lot
first
of
in that.
sense to me. That's like winning a match to be number 1 in the Rumble.
People would sweat that spot. Hangman sucks more dick than Baker and Liv Morgan combined. No one does that more than Liv Morgan. Literally. To be fair, I'm just going on a limb. I'm not bothered about this one. It probably will be good, but my winner's right here anyway. My winner's Hangman Page regardless.
Oh, do you not think it's going to be Ricochet?
Absolutely not. I don't want that bald man anywhere near a title.
I think it's going to be Ricochet. You can honestly, I know he's not even in the match, but you can put that down as my prediction right now.
If he does win,
Trevor Mann, you could put Ricochet, you could put Bulletproof. I don't know what he wants to be called this time. You could
Prince
put
Puma.
Prince Puma, yeah. About to say King Cuerno, but that was the other one.
If he does win it, then that is some
Santos,
prediction. But if he does win it, though, that is some prediction. I'll grant you that. That is quality.
Yeah.
I just
Good
think
luck
it's
beating that one.
I just think it's the inevitable that they just put it on Hangman, and then you get Hangman Swerve again. Oh,
what's Hangman's deal with the Bucks now? Is he mad at them? Is he not?
but they put him in the tournament for the Owen Hart tournament. So I'm assuming he's just like, all right, okay, you're just there. I don't think he really cares who he's friends with or who he's up against now. He just wants to tear through everybody. He's just very angry.
Jeff
like
Jarrett
every
included. Ooh, watch out.
Yeah.
He's beating up
Wouldn't
Jeff
surprise
Jarrett.
me. Wouldn't surprise me if Jeff Jarrett gets involved in this one just to try and deal with it.
Jeff Jarrett will probably be in this. I mean, unless his boys are busy on the card, but that would involve Tony Khan actually using Jay Lethal to the level that his talent and ability would suggest that he can be used.
All I want to hear is Bray win, and out comes Jeff Jarrett. I think Hangman will win, but Ricochet will turn up even though he's bog standard basic. Ricochet is boring as fuck. He was born in WWE. He was boring in Lucha Underground. He was boring in New Japan.
You got to say one thing for Ricochet, though. I mean, at least he did the favor on his way out.
True, I'll grant him that.
You know, he wasn't unprofessional.
No, he did do the favor. I'll agree to that. He's still boring as hell, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, the man's he has no personality.
Yeah, well, just because you're a nice guy, that doesn't mean that you should win matches. But I'm going for it. I think he's in, and he'll just win it.
You realise that if he wins, though, then he does get the next world title match.
Yeah, you can lose a world title match in AEW. Look at how many people have joined the company at fucking Ruby Soho, right?
Yeah.
She lost two title matches in a row.
Yeah, she's benefited.
There were other people. Yeah, who were the other? There were other people that have just turned up to have their. Edge lost his first title match.
It's true. To be fair, Danielson lost. To be fair, Danielson's lost two back to back. He lost two back to back.
They're not shy about bringing people in to lose title matches. Fucking the meat castle. Brian Cage.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually, when he lost to Darby Allin, the TNT title match. Good point.
Yeah. I mean, was he not a surprise entry? Was that not his debut?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it really
If
didn't mean
Ricochet
bit.
if Ricochet does come in and win it, though, then fair enough. It's just not for me. Like, I hope not. If he's in it and he's in the final two, though, and he takes the loss, then cool.
Yeah,
We'll see
that's
what
fair.
happens.
So anyway, we've cut. Well, you've not said. Oh no, you said Hangman.
I went straight to Hangman, yeah. Because I want him
Cool.
to carry
Yeah.
on with Hangman Swerve story. That's all I care about. I want him to just go to that. So there's a spoiler for me for the main event.
They're starting to get to the Randy Orton John Cena level, aren't they?
Of multiple matches, yeah.
Yeah, just destined to do it forever. Anyway,
Which is ironically the next one.
7. Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of bloody hell,
learning
would this
tree.
just hurry up and end? Would this just hurry up and end?
This is pretty much just we're going to say it nicely. Chris Jericho wins.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, I think Taz is going to choke Jericho out.
If it does, that would be beautiful.
Well, it's a big moment, and like this is the crowd to do that in front of, because if they've seen any wrestling at all, they've probably seen SmackDown in the early 2000s, so know who Taz is.
Yeah, if they don't, then they're living under a rock. But to be fair, ECW
maybe
is
some of them, yeah, but maybe some of them will know. Like maybe some of them will go, "What's the fat commentator from SmackDown versus Raw 2007 doing choking Chris Jericho out?"
Even though at one point he was literally one of the best shoot wrestlers in the world. At one point.
Yeah, but that might be all they know him for, you know?
I love
That might be
ECW
all they
Taz,
know
to be
for.
fair. He's still in my
so
top
I think
two
this
for...
is.
Yeah, this has got to be the end of Jericho's title reign. It's got to be.
I think Hook's going to win, and it will be because Taz has been involved in some way. Could be choking him out, could be hitting him with a chair, could be hitting him with the title.
Maybe.
But Hook's going to get the belt back.
Just maybe. Hook locks in Jericho in the Taz mission. Taz locks in Big Bill with the Taz mission as well.
Oh, maybe like stereo Taz missions.
Yeah, to be fair, I was trolling. I don't think Jericho wins. I think, hopefully, and I say this in the nicest way, that for once they make this like the $1 million title, where Hook wins it back, and then this is just it. He just gives the title to his dad, and he says, "That's it." Like, you know what I mean? Like, he just lets his dad just put up in his mantle.
Go and like retire this fucking belt, please.
Because it's not official, even though it keeps getting title matches. There's no need for it anymore.
Yeah, it's like this match has not been sanctioned because it's not a real belt, but we can put it on the pay-per-view and call it a title match.
Jericho should just retire and be a commentator. I think Jericho's actually good at commentating. Like, he's got a good mind for just putting people over as a commentator. Like, he is good at it. I don't. Yeah, I think it is high time. I think it's high time he stops though as a wrestler. We don't necessarily need to keep Jericho going. I do like the fact that he did take the piss out of Cardiff the other night on Dynamite when he said Cardiff, England, and didn't just say it once. He said it twice. He said it backstage and he said it out in the ring, just pissing off the Welsh. It was just pure enjoyment. But I think it is high time.
It's easy enough to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's high time where if Hook wins, he just gives the title to his dad and he just says, "This is just the last of it."
Yeah, it's got to go. You keep this and stop having people fight for it when it's not a real belt. Yeah. And speaking of not feeling like a real title, what's happened with the AEW tag scene then? Well, it's had a case of the Bucks returning, and what we've got is what you get with the Bucks. I do not understand why people still want to see these guys as like tag champions or tag contenders or anything. I'd argue that their tag divisions never meant less.
losing their best tag team is what's annoyed me the most. Losing the Lucha Bros.
Yeah, I mean that's a big loss.
It's the loss, in my opinion.
Well, WWE have absolutely only done it so that they can run Mexican house shows, like probably a Mexican pay-per-view.
Probably.
It's all about the global domination for them. This isn't. I wouldn't even expect to see the Lucha Brothers on a main roster Mania match.
Even though they should, because they are good enough for it and they can work with anyone they've got. And it would be probably one of the best matches their tag division actually has, a match with the Lucha Bros, because they're established across North America and Mexico, and to be fair, here as well. They are established. They know them. They're fantastic to watch.
Absolutely.
I've never seen a bad Lucha Bros match.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Well, I'm gonna have to rush through who I think is gonna win this one.
I am annoyed by who I think is going to win this. Who's going to win this? I'm actually annoyed.
Just the statement of having everyone possible in this tag division and yet having no heat under any of them. There's no. I couldn't even tell you who the fans are clamoring to see win this.
I don't think the fans are particularly bothered by who this one. I think they're more interested in the Fatal 4-Way ladder match. I think that's more interesting. I'm actually internally disgusted by who I'm about to say.
Go on then.
I think Fuck the Acclaimed win this match.
Oh,
and I think it is that legitimate shitty rapping cunt Max Caster that pins to get the win.
Right, okay.
I hope to fuck I am wrong.
That's not what I would have said.
I hope I'm wrong. But I think the Acclaimed win the World Tag Titles at All In. And then I will be
the
sick.
Bucks are going to win again.
They probably will. But I'm just annoyed
that I think it's a retain because there's no feud. So they've just thrown themselves into a match with everybody. And when they've got like a hotter issue down the line, that's when they'll drop belts. But this isn't a hot issue. This is the WrestleMania Fatal 4-Way tag matches that we saw.
Well, they could have had
they could have had an issue. Everyone on the show.
They could have had an issue if they didn't waste time and they had signed the Motorcycle Machine Guns, but they didn't. You could have had the Guns versus the Bucks at All In rematch from the TNA days, but did they? No, they didn't.
No. Well, all that money had to go to Mercedes, you'd say.
Yeah, stupidly. I'd rather have the Guns.
To be clear, Motorcycle Machine Guns, not the Guns they already have. Maybe that's why, because they'd have to change their name.
Yeah, they are just quality, to be fair. They're still my favourite tag team of this century.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it's just really sad what has happened to the Revival, and I'll keep saying it. At least they're in this match. Maybe
I think they take the
belts on the Revival because they've got a big following here.
They would be the first 4-time AEW Tag Team Champions as well.
Yeah, but then again, they've got a big following here off the back of being the Revival. It's double-edged sword for Tony. He signed all this talent from WWE, so of course when he goes to London, everyone remembers the guys from their WWE days.
It's a big one to go for.
Yeah.
It's a big choice.
Yeah, changing the belts with no heat under any of the tag teams would be bold. To
be fair,
the case
the
that
Bucks
they call an audible.
Year.
Yeah, no, but it could be the case that they call an audible, and they could say the crowd's really hot for FTR, just put them over, because Tony will just do that and then suss out the consequences on Wednesday. So it could be that case. I'll say the Bucks. I think they've got more chance of winning it than anyone else.
I'm just looking at the card again from last year, so I just want to double check. Last year, both the Acclaimed and FTR won their matches. The Bucks lost last year.
See, so they got to get their win back. They've got to do it.
Billy's going
Right,
for the acclaimed
so
as well.
we're thankfully nearly there, which is pretty good timing because my lesson's in 7 minutes, so that's fun.
You'll get there.
Right.
You'll get there. Don't worry. So
World title.
you got the ladder match first. If
Ah,
you want to just drop a
again,
prediction on it,
you
it's fine.
scrolled. You scrolled, man.
I
You scrolled.
didn't
I thought we
scroll.
were
I
there.
didn't scroll. I zoomed in.
Well, that's a scroll of some kind. Wait, where the fuck? Oh, right. I see what's happening now. That's a lot of names.
You know what's funny?
Why the?
You know what?
What? All right, trios. I forgot they even had fucking trios.
Yeah, they basically got rid of the Ring of Honor one and just went for the AEW World Trios titles after they
Jesus
unified everything. So it's just
fucking
funny.
Christ. This match is a bit fucking busy, is it not?
It's a fatal four-way trios tag. So there's 12 people in this match. What's
So there's
funny?
12 people with a shitload of ladders.
What you could have done, theoretically, and this is what I would have done, is I would have put the freeway tag title match into this one, and I would have just merged both the world tag titles and the tag titles, even though you would have had you would have had 18 people around the ring and around ringside, into one big ladder match. Both titles up for grabs. Both are merged together, and it's just the world tag team titles, and then the trios matches are just for whenever, because a 6-man now and again is fine. But I would have just merged all of these into one, and then that's it. Because there's plenty of go round to just have one big tag division from these two matches alone, if they had just bothered. And then you would have had a match card of 9.
Yeah.
With more time into this one. That's what you could have done.
Yeah, I mean, especially because, like, for ordering the card, this is a bit of a bastard, isn't it? Like, where the fuck do you put a 12-man ladder match?
It's going to be so hard. I mean, I'm
So
looking
is it
forward
12?
to it.
Have I counted the number of teams?
It's 12.
It's 4. Yeah, it's 4.
Four teams, 3 men each. Yeah.
Yeah, that is right. Cool. That doesn't sound fucking chaotic at all.
I think it's quite obvious who's going to win this anyway. But what do you think?
Ah, fuck. Pick any of them. I guess the Bang Bang Gang, and I don't really know why. We just got that vibe.
Unanimous. I also think the Bang Bang Gang get their titles back. So does Billy.
They've just got that vibe, don't they? They just got that vibe.
They are enjoyable. They're fun to watch. They've got good chemistry. And in this match alone, you've got a variety of different ladder match experience. Obviously, Christian Cage is the most experienced. You've got Pat can do the Black Arrow, perhaps on a downed opponent from a ladder. That'd be a great spot. The House of Black will have probably the best entrance on the show again, apart from Swerve Strickland. But apart from that, it just feels right for the Bang Bang Gang to just get it back. And I also think, because he's not been on TV because he was injured, because of Christian Cage, this is the perfect moment to bring back Jay White just to help them get the win. I think it'd be very fitting.
Yeah, and then quickly on to the main event, because I'll have to give you the prediction. Go, will Danielson win the match, win the world title, and either retire as champ or keep the belt until retiring? No, I think they're retiring Danielson in London. I think Strickland's going to win this one.
I completely agree with you. Because I think Swerve will lose to Hangman. I think Swerve will put Hangman over in the rematch.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. Anyway, enjoy London. Enjoy All In, everybody. I will catch it when I catch it, as ever, completely legitimately. Would never, watch something in any other way.
As you do.
But yeah,
as you do. That's your consistency.
Yeah. Well, we will. We'll catch you for a recap, or you know,
Well,
the
well, as
the
I said,
build up
I'm
of
off
Berlin.
Tuesday. I'm off Tuesday from work, so I've got the rest of the week. So if you want to do a review and Berlin preview on Tuesday, we'll literally do both back to back if you want. Got
We'll
that, or
see.
do the a
Funnily
few. Let me
enough,
know.
daytime slots are working best right now because obviously the evening work is ramping up, and I'll have to go just now. So enjoy the
I
show,
get back
everyone.
about 5:30 on Monday. Well, about 5:30ish on Monday. So if you want to do something on Monday as well, let me know.
Right, we'll work out. We'll work out. Right, well, I'll catch you later.
Catch you later. That was Eilidh, guys. You know what? Fair play to her. She is always consistent. Good predictions. Guys, let me know what you think about All In. Are you excited for All In? If you're not, tell me why. Get your comments in. I've got to go and do some packing because obviously I am ready to go. The Big Eagle is not coming with me because I will probably get. I don't want to take something that's not organization related, and that's going for the next WWE show. It's coming with me. I still need to get a title for the AEW shows. I'll get something before Forbidden Door next year because obviously Forbidden Door is in the UK. But I'm looking forward to it. To everyone that has watched, thank you very much. If you've seen the community tab, because obviously, like I'm saying, I am very active with the community tab as well for posting and everything. I'm going to be doing stuff for TNA Emergence because obviously Nick Nemeth versus Josh Alexander has been confirmed for a 60-minute Iron Man match. And that's going to be the TNA match of the year for me, in my opinion. WWE match has already been confirmed for match of the year. Could the AEW all match be on this card? Maybe so. I think so. But in the meantime, I'm going to get out here. Guys, check out not the weekly steel chair at 8 o'clock, but check out the weekly armchair as I will be on there. We are going to be doing a preview for Brighton versus Manchester United. That is, of course, the early kickoff tomorrow. I will hope to watch it on the train because I am on the 9:30 train to London. Get there about 2:20, and then I will be at the Copper Box Theatre for Rev Pro. So I will be at Rev Pro with a few friends of the channel. So I'm going to do some clips and videos and some pictures for that. But that's going to be fun. But in the meantime, from me to you, to me to you, it's been an absolute pleasure, guys. Thank you so much. I will be doing some stuff over the weekend, so keep an eye on the community tab. I'll post it. I'm back on Twitter. I'll post on that fucking disgrace of an app as well. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay classy, and also go high top. Thanks, guys. Bye for now, and I'll see you later on the channel. Bye-bye for now.